Morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning or something. This is Kiki, Buddha, Kiasha, any of that shit. Empress, High Priestess, Hierophant, any of that shit. I answer anything with a K. Doesn't matter. Okay. But this time, what I'm on here to say is like, it's on some, even though y'all do devilish shit, the devil need love too. You're not meant to be looked at as evil, and bad. Satan wasn't even supposed to be looked at like that. Lucifer wasn't supposed to be looked at like that. Okay? I want to make sure y'all understand that. All right? So, even when I say, excuse me, because I don't know how to scratch my throat. You know what I'm saying? That's shit people be doing with their tongue and all. I don't know how to do that. That's why I cough. And I got allergies. Anywho, what I mean by they were not supposed to be viewed like that. Okay, how can I start this? Black folks, you're a mixture. Asian, African, Caucasian. Got other races in between, right? But they're from the different the variations. But the three, okay? And so before a lot of shit, separated, divided, blah, 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 right? It's like all the races will be like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? It doesn't matter if I like a Asian or Blasian or a Caucasian or African, it doesn't matter. And who else did I leave out? Asian, Caucasian. Yeah, I got all y'all. Okay. You know. And race, class, and status, rank, all that was set up differently. But it wasn't based on anything skin. But when you're blended, when you got all three in you, okay? And then when your family's got all three in you, and then over hundreds and thousands of years, and you got all of you just keep mixing in the pot, you know what I'm saying? Cooking up some shit. Okay? Let me tell you. That was God cooking up some divinity in that pot. It's like a clusterfuck. Or what I like, what is that? That turtle candy? Chocolate, caramel, and those nuts. Right? Okay, so in reality, it's like four races, even though it's more, but it's like four races: Black, African, Asian, Caucasian, right? So let's say Asian was heaven, all right? And then let's say, because, nobody really wants to take the hell spot, but it kind of goes somewhat like, well, okay, let me just do it like this. Asian, heaven, or Africans are heaven. Excuse me. Okay, and Asian is earth and Caucasian is hell. Okay? Don't beat me up, y'all. You can switch the spots. Y'all can play musical chairs and shit. Rotate the shit around. Okay? Black folk. So, black folk is the way they treat us. Okay? We're the unseen. We're spirit. Okay? We were here before the other. It's spirit. It's the unseen. Because primordial was in the dark, in a mixture. And then the mixture came forth and produced beauty for black. Now, people don't like being called black. Because they look at words in ways where heritage and shit like that, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm saying black as a representation of everything, every color. All right? Now, we are the balance. Because we can be heaven, we can be hell, we can be earth, and we could be spirit. You know? It's kind of like if God said, the sky is fucked up, you know? And I'm going to say pretend, you know, you're Christ conscious, maybe you're Enoch or you're Jesus or you're Mary or you just put yourself whoever, right? But you got some real goddamn wings or a cape. And you say, dun 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 dun. You go up there, you clean the fucking air, right? So that's essentially, you know, what we do. Then you take your superhero shit. Okay, got a whale about to explode in the ocean. You go down to the ocean, you catch the whale, boy, explode and shit. Hey, throw that motherfucker or whatever. I don't know. You do some good magic on the shit. You know, the whale might say, "Oh, I want to live," so you help it so it live. Right. That's essentially what we are. Okay. When you're blended into black, several 100 years, 1,000 years, your DNA has been here for the long haul. You know, let's say even if there was dinosaurs, right? You was riding them motherfucking dinosaurs. You and the dinosaurs was speaking telepathy talk. You was like, what's up, what's up? On that avatar shit, okay? And when the races are separate, African, Asian, Caucasian, you haven't been here education-wise as long. And you go through processes to try to debunk different forms of education. But it's already been proven. You know, it's like we already know the rights, the wrongs, the indifferences, the problems, and then the things that solve those problems, right? Even the things that solve the other problems that come about throughout, okay? So it's kind of like that shit y'all got in the museums. And that you got tucked away in those books that are hidden. And you get what you think are qualified people, right? And it's a math equation. And you're like, fuck, we have not solved this shit yet. When you say we, you're speaking for the whole world. But that problem you looking at in those hidden books, in those museums, have already been solved by us. And you're just pissed that your culture, your people, haven't solved the shit yet. And let me tell you where everybody went wrong. When you say, hey, we want to preserve our race, we want to do all of these things to keep us alive and running well, you know. And you kick up all this shit, you start all these fucking wars, and you do all this dumbass shit when you're already left everything that solves everything, and you know everything is God, and you know that anything is God. And so your actual species of a race under its individuality umbrella is saying, I want to beat God. I am better than God. And this is the kicker. God says, well, since you're singly Asian, since you're singly African, since you're singly Caucasian, your DNA doesn't go but so far, ma'am or sir. It can't comprehend certain shit, ma'am or sir. Okay? There are certain ways you got to tap into that backlog, ma'am or sir. But you know what you got to do? You got to use the practices from the black vote that you don't like, that you don't want to acknowledge. And since you know that they are already spiritual, right? And they come from the unseen, and then they produce shit and it's saying, the something out of nothing concept fucking people. But you say to yourself, if we pretended they're not here, if we talk all this shit about them, make them feel less than, then guess what? They'll always stay beneath our feet, and they'll be seen as the unseen, or better yet, we know we're the devil, but we're going to have them be the devil. We're going to have them take on our curses. Even though in all the history books, we fucked up our lands, we fucked over our people, and we fucked over everybody. And you know what God says? I know. But where you're fucking up at even some more is the fact that them spiritual goddamn people, them black people got some shit you ain't got. Them black people got some shit from the beginning of time you motherfuckers can't tap into. Because I gave it to them. Till you get it. So even with your plans, your hundreds of your thousands of years and all your shit, keeping us from reading and writing and doing shit and all of that, right? God says, it's funny. The world is a circle like this. You go around in a circle like this, right? Just like the ripples in the water. Right? And then I encase it in a big ass circle. Yeah, go around, right? It's held together by the unseen. Who is that? Us. Your Asian ass. Your African ass. And your Caucasian ass. Hey, Tula, that my doggy. You know what you gotta do? You gotta talk to them niggas. You gotta be friends with them niggas. You gotta become a part of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work with them. You know? You gotta become friends with them again. Even when you wanted to say y'all was enemies and shit. You gotta say, even though, gosh almighty, you gonna grit your little damn teeth and crazy shit. You gotta say, yeah, even though, let's say, I'm gonna use my granddad's name, because it's a universal name, right? It's like, you gonna say, Bob, You're going to be gritting your teeth. Don't matter which one you are out of the three, right? You know, I like your ass, Bob. And then Bob will say to a Caucasian Bob or the African Bob, you know, what's the other one? Caucasian, oh, and the Asian Bob. No, you don't. No, you don't. You hide that I'm wise. You hide that I've been here before. You hide that I know what I'm doing. Even though, when you put us through slavery, when you burnt our shit, but you ain't burn it. You took our shit, right? Kicked us out our shit, and said, you confined to these motherfucking fields. And then you confined out of your houses into these shacks and shit. You know what that black Bob said? We still produced liquor, wine. We found the weed. We found them creasy greens. We found them collard greens. You know what I'm saying? We put 3 seeds together because 3 is the magic number of the world. How we know that? Right? And we cultivated some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you still didn't like us enough, but you wanted your babies on our titties. You know, and we like our women on our titties. And then you wanted to sneak with our women. You know what I mean? You didn't want to be open about the shit, but you wanted to sneak. Okay? And you do the shit. We see the shit. God see the shit. Right? But you know the main thing that you didn't want people to understand and see? How powerful we are without shit. Because we are still the concept of nothing out of something. Period. Because we come from the nothing out of something. Period. So even when you put us through it for 400, 500, 600 years and you repeat the shit, you repeat it 600 times another 6 errors in time, 3,600 years, right? You know what God sat back and watched and shit? How his people kept being reslaved, you know? And then you know what else God saw? How y'all just kept dumbing down the DNA. You know, the real reason why you didn't want them in the books and shit, in the societies and all that, because you didn't want them to tap into that other 95% of that DNA. Because they still had that DNA you ain't have. They still got that same DNA you don't have. Because you still want to separate yourself from us. We're the beginning. But let's say if we was a brownstone. Brownstone got 3 goddamn floors and a basement. And every floor, living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms. Every floor, first, second, third. Then you got your basement. That's where we at. And what'd you put in the basement? All your fuck shit, all your old shit. You got your pipes, you know, you got the box for all your shit that run all 3 of your goddamn floors. And you look at it like, you know, it's just away from everybody else. It ain't got the nice aesthetics like everything else. We didn't paint those bricks, you know. And the pipes is exposed or all that. You know that old shit? There's worth some shit down there. You know, you got your whole electrical system down there. We the whole electrical system. You got your whole water system down there. We your whole supply of water. We got your whole foundation and your structure down there. We got them nice old sturdy ass motherfucking bricks that we ain't even need no book. But we knew to turn some goddamn sand and water down motherfucking brick. You get it? And even though we hidden, even though you don't like us, even though we don't fit the aesthetics on the first, second, and third floor, because you feel like when you change out your linens and you change out your light bulbs, when you get your new sink and shit, that your water gonna taste different. That your lighting go hit different. And then, when y'all motherfuckers start opening up some real books and shit, you gonna be like, oh shit, these motherfuckers made bricks out of this motherfucking sand and dirt. Damn, they also made glass too. You know, water still tastes the same. This shit getting on my goddamn nerves. And you know, before we had collected the electrical shit with wires and shit, those motherfuckers already knew to plug some shit into a goddamn tree. And the light still came on. Why the fuck did we suppress these niggas? Why? Why weren't we friends with these niggas? Why? Why we ain't join in on the celebrations the right way? You know, because it became uncomfortable when we enslaved them, but we still wanted to hear their Negro spirituals and shit. It's because you were the last folks to this bitch, and you're supposed to get educated by the people you suppressed. Now, I knew this shit a long time ago. 10, 15, 20 years ago. I also knew when I would read the Bible that we was the same motherfucking people getting enslaved and shit. Y'all had this shit on motherfucking repeat, clockwork. But you had my ass on clockwork too. And I noticed I was on the same kind of clockwork. I said, God damn, let me check this. Let me learn how to do some shit. You know? And I did. I did. But I find it would go from 1200s to 1600s to 2024. You got that deep-seated hate in that DNA of yours that hasn't been exercised out. You know why? Because that type of hate is what y'all motherfuckers brought to my ass. You brought it with some vengeance too. And then, you know, that's why I gotta educate other black folk. Because you said this what y'all white folks said, or African folk, or Asian folk, or Puerto Rican, Hispanic folk, Peruvian folk, Australian folk, all of y'all. He said, hey, we need people of her kind around her to watch her. She's the key. We don't want her to know it though. No. We gonna sick her people on her. But she gonna think because her people, they friendly. They are friends. And, you know. And we still gonna use her and everything. It ain't as bad. We're not enslaving all of them. We're just enslaving her. You know? And long as we don't tell nobody, we can disguise it under health and wellness. We can disguise it under free food, free healthcare, free, you know, niggas like free shit. What you're not getting is niggas don't mind working for shit. We know the value in working. You want us to get used to the free shit. So you can keep doing your little experiments and things. Just like y'all motherfuckers spent millions. Millions. Almost billions. Yeah. Just so I wouldn't awaken. Just so I wouldn't get out the goddamn matrix. And I say the same thing all the time. How's that shit working out for you? It ain't. You know? Because the way y'all thought was, yo, we need to hook up with a black man to tell us some shit, yo. We got to get over there to God land for real. We got to intermingle with God people, right? But just like my divinity on me and the God on and in me, it brought out y'all motherfucking demons deep. It brought out your jealousy, your anger, your hate, your fucking demise. Meaning how y'all wanted to destroy our asses because you seen how nice our shit was. Seen how organized our shit was. You seen how loving we were to our folk. And when you're wanting to kick y'all derelicts out because you're always raping, killing, stealing, committing adultery, and all that shit, and you want to keep your animals in your, I guess I should call it maybe your living room. Then you got your bedroom, you know, and you step through your bedroom, go through your animal living room, and then you got your kitchen, you know, and you keep all the shit in there. And y'all think y'all the shit because you invented high heels. But you don't tell people you invented high heels so you ain't got to step on shit no more. You know, so you ain't got to step on the piss with your actual feet. You know, shit like that. It's also shit like you ain't want to tell motherfuckers how, you know, you'll be scouting out for little boys and shit. And then, you know, you be stealing the little boys and you do all kinds of shit to their ass. Then you would dump their ass out the fucking window. Shit like that. But when you wanted to make the little treaties with our people and you wanted the derelicts to come over here because y'all found y'all way over this bitch because Columbus, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tricked his ass too. It's funny. In the history books here, Columbus is white. In the history books in Asia, Columbus is black. Okay? I wonder how Columbus look in Africa. Probably mixed. You know why I'm doing this shit? Because now that I'm awake, right? I got Mother God, Father God in me, right? They on some shit like, you know, all that shit in them books. All that shit that you say is hidden, you know. All of that shit that our black motherfucking asses invented and solved. You gotta give access to these niggas. You got to. Ain't no way around it. Cause see, you think you gonna keep fighting over this shit, right? You think it's gonna still be some wars and some chaos and you gonna be killing some old motherfucking kids and shit. You think you still gonna be doing magic and getting away with all your rapes and stealing the money and everything. Don't you wanna grow some greenery and not have the concrete, you know what I'm saying? In your area, your land, you know what I'm talking about. Don't you wanna develop the rest of your land and your red dirt over in your land? You know what I'm talking about. Don't you wanna, you know, free up your land where you can start producing some shit other than potatoes? Cause you threw salt to fuck up your land cause you thought that was the right thing to do when you was at war with your own motherfucking people? You know what I'm talking about. See, we doing a harvest around the whole fucking world. We ain't doing no negative harvesting. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm. See, when you did shit to the Blasian people, the black Asians, or the, what do they call it? They call it the Asiatic black man and woman. And you want to destroy us with your bombs and shit, get rid of us, and you chop our heads off and you eat our brains. Crazy ass shit. You chop niggas' dicks off and you cook them in your little fucking pans. You drink our blood and shit. And then you kill our kids and you build churches off our bones. Everybody knows this shit already. But to the young folks, in case they don't know, I'm speeding their ass up. Okay? Can't get hoodwinked bamboozled for the dumb shit. All right. And, God is saying, like, yeah, you gotta release that shit, yo. Whatever you got hidden ain't hidden no more. You ain't in charge of it no more. You know what I'm saying? If you still want to keep the shit hidden, cause you thinking you gonna do some shit. You thinking you about some shit, right? God said, well, all right. Okay. Well, you got me. I'm just gonna unlock all these niggas' DNA. Cause they got this shit in their damn bodies too. So when you don't know about John, 1st chapter, 7th verse, there's a nigga that do. And God will say, hey, go find that John nigga. He might not be called John now. He might be called something like Quan, but go find John and unlock his ass, do a awakening and shit. And then you tap on that nigga and say, nigga, I need all the shit from John. Give it to me. Put it out there for the folk. Okay? Because you don't want to tell people when the age of Aquarius was formulating. That means all the worlds have to blend. And on this world, it's like Asian, African, and Caucasian. You know what y'all gonna blend into? Us. Us. You know what you're gonna be taking your lessons from? Us. Us. The same motherfuckers that y'all be saying, damn, their pants ain't too low. They talking all this shit. And their jungle music is mumble jumble. And we don't understand what the fuck, but we be paying them and shit. And we got them under some demonic ass contracts because we still want to eat, because we want to live, and we want to, pretend that we, it's cool. So I'm going to say to you, your Bible was put together by low pants hanging ass. The metaphors, the duality of the words, that come from us. And believe it or not, if you can rap, sing, dance, write, paint, instrument, anything in music or creativity, oh, you's a God. Because God understands even when you talk fast, you talk slow, you talk in riddles, you talk in metaphors, you talk jumbo mumbo, you make a different language, we understand it, man. Because at the beginning what happened? We was always curious people. It's like, we was just like, what's going to happen when we do this? The older guy might say, hey, get your ass back from there. That's fire. And the kid will be like, fire? How you produce fire? I'm laughing at my own motherfucking self, but it's the truth. I gotta keep it interesting so y'all motherfuckers can keep it up, you know? But they ain't stopped that kid. You know, it was okay to see what your hands can produce. And it was called magic. It wasn't really called magic, it's alchemy. You know? Believe it or not, damn, alchemy is when you turn your goddamn light on. Alchemy is when you get that spark of electricity. Alchemy is having air conditioning. You know? But it's supposed to sound real bad when it comes from a person. So if you shut shit, if you let's say you don't have shit together, right? Like us in slavery, it was still okay. We had each other, but the way we had each other was this. Your grandma might say, "You go on over there to John." John chapter 7, verse 10. Right? He knows how to do all of that. And John uses his body and his mind and his hands. And he produces something from the unseen. And it turns into some color. And your grandmother would say, now that's the John that produced the color red. I just wanted you to see it for yourself so you understand what we got going on. It's like that. You know, it's the same if there was a John that produced that good ass soup that everybody want and they travel the world to get it. It's the same. I want you to understand that it's the folk like myself that, get passed over, looked over, and shit, fucking forgotten about by what they might think regular people is. But these little dreaming motherfuckers know. They know who you are. They know. You know. And they can tell when you get closer. Closer to cracking a goddamn code, boy. They rather hem your ass up. But this go around, it's more like no hemming up. And then when you got your karma, right? Because see, we took on the karma for the entire world. That was really slavery. That was really what we was doing. And they tortured us through the process, to keep us low vibrational so they could keep enslaving us. That's what that really is. We were high vibrational people with no problems, no issues, no nothing. We understood love in everything, in all things. And we understood the value of education in all things. We also understood how you co-create with the universe and that you are a part of this world. You go out in this world and you learn this world by going through that forest, going through the nature, or learning about it, and you're trying something. You're putting what you're learning into action. Okay? And so, because the other folks didn't understand that, because certain parts of their DNA was not open, and they were always in survival mode. That's why in parts of their countries it's still always in survival mode. The way you get out of being in survival mode, which is a lack mentality, it is a kill mentality. It is a jealous. You know how they say it's a jealous God? That's a trick. God ain't jealous about shit. I want you to think of God as the finest nigga walking the planet. He got the coolest goddamn walk. He cleaner than a son of a bitch. You know, he fitter than a motherfucker. That nigga coast. He don't walk. He glide, you know. Sometimes I think of my dad. Sometimes, sit your ass down, Tulip. This ain't the time for this shit. That's my doggy name. But sometimes, I think of some of y'all fine ass niggas. You know? So, God ain't jealous. What need to be jealous for? He got all the shit. He got all the elements. No, you're not getting on my lap. No. You know? You know what produces jealousy? Is when people say, your fine ass ain't about shit, nigga. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know. Even that damn walk of yours is fucked up. You thought we liked your ass? We don't. That's what you call gaslighting. Then the narcissist in them, man, we gonna put some action with this shit. We gonna fuck up his car. We gonna fuck up his ride, you know. We gonna fuck up his confidence. And then we gonna get him to switch races. You know. And he listens. And he does that. His confidence starts to diminish. Then he feels like he's not worthy. He forgets he's more powerful than the people that talk shit. He forgets, even though he uses his intelligence every day, that he's more intelligent than the motherfuckers that talk this shit. He forgets his personality and his smile can light up a motherfucking room. And no matter the race of the bitch, she'll drop her jaws in a heartbeat for your ass. But yet, it doesn't produce confidence. It makes you think the thought that something's wrong with you. Then a motherfucker like me come along and I say, hey, you fine motherfucker, what's wrong with you? You say, who, me? Yes, you, nigga. Yeah. And I listen to you. I say, God damn, you're intelligent. I am. Yeah. You know? And pretty fine, too. Do you know what I could do with you? That's what I say to a man when they don't know who they are, I can turn an ordinary man into a god when they don't know who they are. I can come in at any time, whatever problem you got, and I'll defend you. I'll help you solve it. I'll relieve your stress, get you moving past the shit, and so you can think about something else. So you can go do something else. And so you can go be something else. If you wonder how, you can ask other people that know me. I've done it before. All I do, I restore your confidence, I restore your faith in yourself. I get you to stop crying over shit. Stop believing in some shit. I get you to look at things as a temporary nature. But you got the long term inside of you. And that goes for y'all ladies too. The only quarrel I got with y'all women is you can look in the mirror and know you're fine. Know you got that smile, I don't understand why y'all don't know that you're smart. I would tell you that you are smart. And I would say to you all the time, damn. So you know how to tap into a motherfucker shit and steal all this shit? You didn't memorize a 3-page goddamn spell? Or you didn't dedicate it. You didn't dedicate your mind to keeping your body fitter than a motherfucker. After all them goddamn kids, make yourself desirable as hell. Excuse me. And all I say is, well, Susie, let me tell you what you could do. You ain't gotta be evil. You ain't got to be bad. You ain't gotta use your box, With that level of intelligence you got in between those ears, there's a career you can get into. Might take you 2 weeks to a month to get your certificate. But it'll turn your $10 an hour, $12 an hour to a 6-figure bitch. Wouldn't you wanna be her? Men and women jump on it and they do it. But you know the problem in what I did? Maybe I should have had a class with people on morals, ethics. Do unto others as you would have them do unto yourself. Maybe I should have had a class on stopping your thievery, your devilish nature, your mischievousness, your itch just to want to steal, I saw your great qualities and just wanted to get you a new lease on life. I didn't know that you were going to take my life because of the information I gave you. I didn't know that even the education that I put you onto, that you were still going to be evil little fucks and do fuck shit to other people and to me. Okay? I didn't know that you still wanted to use your little fine ass looks as a man and a woman to still hoodwink and bamboozle motherfuckers and take them for a ride. You know, did that shit to me. I was on some shit like growth, stability, confidence, success. You don't feel down about yourself anymore. You have a way to get yourself out of the hole. You know, if you did slut yourself out, you don't have to anymore. You could be able to spend more time with your kids. You know what I've learned? The environment, not necessarily where a person is at. The environment is in your mind. It's your trauma. It's your fear. It's your hurt. Doesn't matter what job you have. It doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't even matter if you moved out of the hood into somewhere nice. When you still have a take mentality, a scarcity of going back to the things that hurt you, you think to prevent that hurt from coming your way is to inflict it on other people. What you were supposed to do was say, hey, I'm not in that environment anymore. I'm thankful I'm not in that environment anymore. I've been given an opportunity to change. And therefore, I need to keep changing for the better. You know, to get my mind out of that hurtful place that it wants to keep looping in, and to be a better mom or dad for my children. I thought that automatically you would think that way. So you see, that's where I fucked up at. You know? Other ways I fucked up is when people pissed me off and I left. I didn't turn around. I didn't come back. I didn't consider their feelings. I didn't know that they were attached to me. I didn't know I was hurting them. And I didn't know they missed me and all that kind of stuff, right? And that they were hurt and they decided to hurt me. Okay? Because I thought this way. I thought you love me. You call me and you say, hey, I love you. I miss you. What are you doing? Where are you at? We haven't seen you. Maybe we should do lunch sometime or shoot the breeze. Oh, we want to go and hang out. I would like to visit you. No. Y'all motherfuckers. Y'all said she don't want to visit me. She don't like me no more. I'm going to get a doll. I'm going to wrap that. I'm going to run that bitch neck. just start choking her ass. Like, God damn. I'm laughing, but it's not funny because I went through some shit, you know? I went through some things because of hurt people. And I didn't know how hurt you fucking people were. Because I thought everyone communicates. Okay? You know? Because my dad would talk some shit and he might beat your ass, but he communicating with you. You get it? And my mama, she'll talk your ass into communicate with her ass whether you want to or not. Because she wants you to understand. She want to make sure it get into your soul. It get into your DNA. It get into your brain. Because she be on some shit like, because I don't want this shit to ever happen again. But I'm telling you, my parents spoke the same language. Okay? Which was, I'm going to talk to your ass. And I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to educate your ass. And you going to be polite. You going to learn every step of the motherfucking way, whether you like it or not. Your ass get in trouble? I don't give a fuck. You better be learning, you motherfucker. I ain't letting you stay stupid and you get in trouble. You're not going to be cute and be dumb. And you're definitely not going to think that you going to get over on my black ass. Because I brought you in this bitch. I'll take you out. You get it? I'm smiling because it's like I done turned into my parents with the fucking public. Then on top of it too, the evil Lynn ass parts of me come out. Even the parts I ain't never want my parents to fucking see. But they gonna see it. But you know what else my parents are gonna see? What all y'all people were doing to me. What my parents are going to realize is that, damn, my daughter won't lying. My daughter was beyond hurt. And my daughter educated herself out. My daughter fought her way out. My daughter still found a way to stay my daughter and help other people. And help us, even when we didn't understand and believe all the shit she was saying. But you know, I had to go through what I had to go through. God said, there's other people that have been through all the shit that you've been through. A lot of them are not here. And you are. A lot of my ancestors told me I was close, but I didn't make it to where you are. And we're so happy and thankful you made it. Because what you're going to do, you got to help the rest of us. You have to help the rest of us. And there are people that are still here that are going through what you've been through. And they don't know how to get out. When they're scared for their lives. And they're faced with death all the time too. But they're in fear. You're helping them. So, I can't get out of doing any part of my job for you people. And on top of it, there must be a physical representation so people can see it's possible. It's obtainable. And it's within reach. Everything that folks thought was so far away. I'm going to tell you how to use your magic. You close your eyes. You create the stars. Okay? In the sky. And you create God how you want to see him. But you can't forget about Mother God. You need to create her ass too. All right? And you put yourself there. Not as an adult. As a child. Please. And you go through your life. Mother God and Father God are your therapists. They'll listen. They won't judge you. They won't condemn you. They won't hurt you. They won't betray you. You'll get answers back and epiphanies and your DNA nudging you, tingles. You'll get help in your dreams. And then you'll see signs in your reality. Okay. And what you need to ask for. Because health is wealth. I need for people to understand that. Stop asking for things. That's material. If you want to be able to obtain material things, you must be here to deal with the shit, right? Since health is wealth, you tapping into your childhood, you're correcting your health. So you can become wealthy. Now what I mean by that is when you think something and you think it's right and you think it's pertaining to yourself, you ask God to correct something inside of you. It doesn't matter if it's your anxiety or your depression or your pancreas or your kidneys or your heart, your lungs, or your big toe that's kind of fucked up, But you ask them, okay? I joke about it, but I really did this. And I still do this. It still works. And I write it out. I don't really say it much. I think I might have said it one other time, but it's the truth. I said to God, I said, look, if I'm right, I want to take a shit. I want a good shit too. you know, uh, I and I want, and you got to shit every fucking day anyway. And when you think health wise, everything's connected. It's your stomach, okay? Everything. Shitting is not a bad idea, you know? Then what keeps me on a learning trail and on a continuous basis. And let's say I'm going through my day, but I'm not learning shit. Or I learn a little bit and I don't apply it. I don't really shit, you know? That's how I set up my yes and no answers from God. It's not funny, but it's the truth. It's the truth that shit works. It works so good that I can't deny the shit. I can't. Because what ends up happening, even if I'm out, right? And let's say I studied something 5 days ago, whether I read it or listened to something, or I'm connecting the dots with something, right? And what I read 5 days ago might connect with something I read 2 years ago. But at present day, let's say I'm at the movies. And even though I'm watching a movie, it has me thinking. And then the other part clicks. It's like the epiphany light goes off. And I'm like, oh, it goes with this, it goes with that, it goes with this, right. Then my stomach starts saying, I'm like, oh, shit. I gotta take a shit. But that's my ancestors telling me, yeah, you're on the right track. That's my angels telling me, bitch, you's got it. And that's God saying, you might want to go take your shit now. You might want to use it. And the only reason why I say you might want to use it is because let's say if you chose something like your heart, right? You can't see that your heart's being worked on or to know that it's getting better until you go back to the doctor after that checkup or whatever. Okay? So that's harder, you know? Other things I would do is when I had anxiety, when I had mood and depression or PTSD from different things, I would ask for that to be worked on. Because it's something you still can tell in an instant fashion. You'll notice that the things that get you anxious, it just don't get you anxious no more. And you're like, well, thank you, God. Appreciate that, you know? Or you can build tolerance, and you're realizing you're building tolerance. And it's like, I'll be that damn. Appreciate it, Lord. That should work, you know? And even if I educate myself on different vitamins, minerals, things, like parts of my body that would hurt or do or whatever, I would go on YouTube and be like, oh, what's the benefits of doing this to help my kidneys or my heart or my lungs, something like this. And I would get the information. I would want natural ways to do it, and then I would do it, and it would start to work. And I'm like, you're the shit, God, you know. And another thing, some people might ask for finances, cars, houses, money, right? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm practical. I need those things and I want those things, but I'm practical, you know. I might spend money on the kids or on a bill or something like that, right? Or when I was in business for myself. And I remember one time I had a negative 57 cents in the bank. I ain't want to call my dad. I was in business for myself, so I should have some fucking money, right? I was growing so fast. And they were giving me so many fucking contracts. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. But I would only get paid once a month. And I had to front the payroll for my people and pay my bills, you know. But I was like, yeah. I keep taking the contracts, but I had to add more people, right? And I'm putting in the work and all that. And I didn't want to call my pops. He just happened to call me around the same time I was thinking of shit. And he said, what's going on? I haven't talked to you. I tell him I'm working, tell him I'm doing my business, I tell him what I got going on and everything. He was like, so you got any money? I said, no. I got a negative 57 cents, you know. And he would ask me how much I need. Sometimes I might need to cover payroll. Sometimes I might just need to pay a bill. Or sometimes I just needed some money to flow me until I got paid. And he would do above and beyond that. But that's God too. And I would be like, God, if you ain't the shit, I don't know who is. I don't know why people doubt you, bro. I don't know why they don't want to rock with you tough. But you always got me. And then other thing I would use as an indication when I get shit right, you know? Like I didn't know with spell work they can do shit to fuck with your hair or your skin. or your insides and all that. I learned that shit late as fuck, but I would educate myself. Because I'd be like, damn, I'm too young. My hair be thinning. What the fuck? Too young for this, or too young, right? And let's say I might be going bald or something. I'm just going to use it because it looked like it, but I'm not. And, it's just shit like this, right? And, y'all tell me, how you get rid of that? You see? Switch your head to the other side. Now I say to myself, it can't be that simple. But you know what my black ass do? I'll keep parting it the same way. Maybe 2-3 days later, I remember God say, switch to the other side. And I'll switch it. Sure enough, the hair started growing back. I said, damn, nigga, you smart. Damn. Shit is that goddamn simple. Okay. Gotta believe in me. Now, this is one thing. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about because I'll get the fuck off of here. My nieces know. A couple of my friends know, too. I got pictures on my old Facebook account that they stole. And I got my hair done. Got this fly ass wig. Had this human hair and shit. I ain't even wear that shit after. It looked like a dog now, a rat. But I mean, it was blended these colors or whatever. Oh, it was cute. Cuter than a motherfucker. I quickly remembered why I don't like shit being glued the fuck down. Because when I get the scratch, I want to get in that motherfucker. Right? Man, and I don't go to the same hairstylist all the time. I might rotate because if a motherfucker busy, I go somewhere else. I don't be trying to be funny. I just be like, hey. And I don't like really making appointments because sometimes I miss them bitches. I forget. Because I'm like a walk-in kind of person. Get what I need, go out. If I forget some shit, I just walk back in. That's me. So, this shit is glued on my fucking head. Now I want to be a joke. I'm trying to get some relief. 2 weeks to get it off. Man, I don't have no fucking edges. Yo. This is shit grew back from this shit. I don't have no edges. It didn't look like my forehead is bigger and all that shit. My nieces is at the crib with me laughing like fuck. Like, God damn, what we gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this shit out. God said, do what you always do. I said, what the fuck do I always do? I always get no goddamn wig. Like, no, stupid. Stupid ass. He'll say, go back to your bob. I said, oh, yeah. Hallelujah. I'm like, I can cover this shit up. But look, like this, it's like it was like way back here. I ain't had shit. And so I had to start my what's that shit? My bangs from way back here. I said, oh my God. But that's when y'all seen them other pictures of me with my bangs. But as you go through life and you learn shit, right? You need to apply God to that practical shit that's on your body. That's how you know God is in tune with your star player. He working with you. She working with you. She talking to you, and she keeping you right. They ain't letting you stumble and fall. It's kind of like even when you ain't took no bath, you still the shit. Like that. But, I'll get the fuck out of here. I guess I'm supposed to have an intro and an ending, huh? All them other motherfuckers I see, they have all that shit. I don't even know what to say. Except for, I holler at y'all next go around. I hope y'all learned something from my funny ass. Hope you just start doing some research too. And we all need to be friends, all the colors of the rainbow. Ain't no need of being enemies and shit. As you can tell, that shit don't work. Because you wanted to force yourself into being my enemy. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this shit, then I'm gonna go. It's like, you got so jealous, so envious, so hateful, so angry, so, right? And everybody's like, I hate this bitch. I just can't stand this bitch. I just, right? And it took me through a whole lot of shit. Then you find out I ain't did shit to you. You're like, oh, fuck. We still gotta kill her because I still hate the motherfucker. When then God do some shit like, she's living. And y'all like, God damn. I'm forced to still look at her ass. God, I say, well, I'm telling you what he's saying. You ain't just forced to look at her. You forced to love her too. And you'll come to find out the motherfucker that you wanted off this goddamn planet so much. It's the motherfucker that's gonna keep you rolling and laughing and living and helping you go through your bullshit. Then you're gonna be thankful and appreciative of who the fuck I am. You're gonna grow to like me. And maybe one day we'll be friends. But I would appreciate it if you would tell me. Even if you don't. If you was in my energy, I could kind of tell. But it'd be nice if you were friend. You tell me, like, yeah, I was one of the bitches that hated your ass, motherfucker. And I'd be like, okay, touche, bitch, nice to meet you. But, I hope you done got past it. I hope we can be cool because the way I look at it is like this. If you're able to be in my face, in my circle, I don't want to say energy, but, God, that's where God telling me, like, all right, yeah, that bitch went through the fire. She good now. She ain't that evil, the little, mastermind motherfucker no more. She all right. And you know what I say to God? Thank you. Because I wanted to punch the shit out that bitch. And then I say to you, no, I'm still on God, motherfucker, just in case you just, you fall off. But you'll reassure me that you're not. That's why I'm still here. Because I do shit like this. You know how many motherfuckers I've been around that hate my fucking guts, but miss me? A lot. A lot. Something about trying to break the spirit and the soul. When you come from the basement, ain't nothing breaking that foundation, you know? Sturdier than a motherfucker. You know? You come to realize that's your house. That's your home. And you gotta even appreciate the basement. Because without the basement, you won't have the first, the second, or the third floor. Or your rooftop, for that matter. You'll realize that that black shit is sturdier than a motherfucker. In everything. With your grass, with your house, you know, with yourself. You'll come to realize that you really don't have any flaws. No matter how much people want to point them bitches out. They're not flaws. Character. Not only is it character, it's building blocks of who you were. That's God's way of telling you who you were and who you are and where you're going. So even as I zoom in on my face, and I don't know if y'all can see my freckles and shit. What if each freckle told a story? But you don't know. And then God will say, this freckle came from your second life. He might say, this wrinkle came from your first life. And he'll say, that resting bitch face, that came from your mama. Okay. Appreciate all your shit. Even when other motherfuckers just don't. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Tap into your DNA. Read some shit, let it resonate. And you can ask God for the same shit I asked for. Because I guess, you know, I'm proven. So, certain shit I'm supposed to care about, certain shit I don't think I should care about, you know? It's your shit, you get it, you know? And I don't know what would be wrong with getting flushed the fuck out. Gotta get that out anyway. It's a good way God could tell you you're on the right track, guy. Or girl. You're doing the right shit. You're working your way up. Even though you don't know it. Soon I'll be talking to you. Soon I'll be in your ear too. And soon I'll restore you to your glory. And soon you'll be pulling your abundance from the ethers too. And you won't have to worry about a goddamn thing. Because you'll realize the way I got you set up, your DNA set up, is to help your whole bloodline. Keep them safe, protected, fed, loved, cared for. And you show them how to do the same shit. Then eventually, different ones of y'all cover the whole world. Don't matter what your color is. But when you think about color, I want you to think of this. when you don't like black folk, you got to get rid of that thought. We're not saying you got to worship us or validate us. It's not like we really need validation. God is our validation. We want our shit though. It's ours. And that's just some real shit. But I want you to think like this. Let's say you started off blended. You weren't just Asian or African or Caucasian. You was blazing from the beginning, right? But you hate, reduce that shit every fucking time. Came back to the planet, and then your hate reduced you to just an Asian, just an African, or just a Caucasian, right? So if you were reduced in color over time, and the reason why I say it like that is because your soul and your spirit never changes. But these avatars, they're picked out like clothes. Believe it or not, every person pick out their avatar clothes with God. And then you could say to God all day, I want a black vessel. God said, no. That shit you did in your past life and shit, and well, yet now your DNA only can hold, a Caucasian body. And you might say, what the fuck? And then God said, yeah, I pull out the book and you had all this right here. And then you want to argue about it. God said, don't even worry about arguing with me about it. You go down there, you change how you think and how you view people, your color will start to come back. Because I'll make sure the next time you're born, you have a little hue, a little color. Might be a little redder, a little darker. Or you might have done so good you just blacker than a motherfucker. But it's all up to you. Now, if you don't find out who you are when you get back there, because that's part of your job, and you still want to be a little hateful motherfucker, right? And it ain't but so many levels to white. So God say you got to work with yourself, because see, when you get to that color, the only way up is brown, caramel, black, red, yellow, tan. Now, if you keep refusing to change, you can go from, I guess, Italian white to pale to frail. But you still gotta remember, if you got some time left and you get the opportunity to come back, clear is not an option. It's just not an option. So what if the good you do brings color back into your body, back into your cells, back into your organs, back into your hair or your eyes? Because you need a vessel to be here, but you need a strong vessel to stay here. And there are some strong white motherfuckers now. There's some spiritual white motherfuckers that know what the fuck they talking about. And they know beyond a shadow of a doubt, if they had to die today, they coming back a nigga. Because they know the good works they didn't put in. Because half of them want to be black already. They already feeling in their soul that they was a nigga. They just feel like they got something fucked up. Because they shouldn't be white. That should tell you something. But you know what? They really onto some shit. Because the world has already told you and shown you that no matter what your color is, when you are educated, it doesn't matter the level of your education. You go to the people that'll love you, no matter what, that'll help you, no matter what. And you know what white people don't want to say? Why they cling on to black folk like that? Because they love them. They know they love them more than their own people. They feel a level of comfort that they haven't even felt with their own race. And we are not judgmental people. We are very accepting. I think I'm saying it right. And it's not because of struggle. It's because of their level of intelligence, level of understanding, the lack of stupidity, and the lack of, not changing. When you are a race that no matter what happens in the world, they hit you with every fucking change in the motherfucking book, you are an intelligent motherfucker. You have seen growth beyond growth itself. Because not only do you not have the time to open a book about growth, you only got the goddamn time to start producing growth. Because that's how much they force that change down your throat. You figure it out with the wisdom that you got. Even when motherfuckers think your wisdom ain't shit. I'm telling you, God is saying, your wisdom is the shit, been the shit, we need the shit, I'm bringing the shit back. It's that practicality mixed with that logic and that common motherfucking sense that builds some strong, God-fearing people that ain't afraid of change, that don't hide behind other people or other folks' skin. You know, whether the world likes it or not, we comfortable in the motherfucker in our skin. Y'all can see all day long you don't like it. So, you know what you need to say to people? Take that shit up with God. The fuck you talking to me about that shit for? I understand that this is my motherfucking skin. I understand that this is who the fuck I am. I understand that when I look in the mirror, this is the shit I see. So I think I'm gonna work with what I got. Whether you think it's the shit or not. You know? I've been on here for a long ass time. I gotta go, y'all. Have a wonderful Saturday. Later, folks.